Welcome to TYTSports, everybody. Ben Mankewicz here. The big story out of the NBA isn't the proposed Kevin Love deal to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Anthony Bennett, Andrew Wiggins, and a #1 pick. I think it's actually the hiring of Becky Hammon by the San Antonio Spurs to be the first real, authentic coach, female coach in the NBA. There was an assistant coach with the Cavaliers in the 2001-2002 season, but she was part-time and wasn't paid. The Spurs have hired Becky Hammon, who spent 16 years playing professionally in the WNBA. She's played, I think, on 2 Russian Olympic teams, which she moved to join the Russian team when she was unable to join the American team, wasn't invited to try out for the U.S. team. So, and 16 years in the WNBA, a great career at Colorado State. She's from South Dakota. And Gregg Popovich says in hiring her that she has a great basketball IQ. And the only real point to make here is, of course, it's the San Antonio Spurs who do this. Of course, it's Gregg Popovich who breaks this wall. Not because Popovich is some great progressive. I don't have any idea what his politics are. So here's what Pop says. Having observed her working with our team this past season, I'm confident her basketball IQ, work ethic, and interpersonal skills will be a great benefit to the Spurs. Hammon said Pop made it quite clear why he hired her. She said this of Popovich, said it was strictly related to her qualifications in basketball. It just so happens you're a woman. That's what Hammon says Pop said. And then Hammon, echoing the point I just made, that of course it's the Spurs who did this, says it's no surprise to anybody that they think a little bit differently down here. But the Spurs are visionary and they're smart, and they would have thought there's an entire resource of people who know basketball who we're not even looking at. They had her in last year informally. She hung out at some meetings. She watched film with Popovich and the staff and R.C. Buford, and they got comfortable with her, and Pop thought she had this great basketball IQ, and they've hired her. 37 years old. She had a big knee injury in 2013. Most people who know her seem to think that her transition to coaching was obvious. It's just that most people presume she'd be coaching women, but she's not. She's coaching men, and she's coaching men at the highest level. And, again, you see innovative thinking in sports. You see it from the Oakland A's, among others. In baseball, given their budgetary constraints, other teams in baseball think smartly as well. And now we're seeing it in the NBA as the use of advanced metrics has increased in the NBA. And of course, the Spurs are leading the way. And yeah, guess what? I'm going to root for them now. I'm going to root for Becky Hammon to succeed. It's a lot of pressure to be the first, but guess what? There should be more. Becky Hammon said, interestingly, about whether women would ever play in the NBA, that realistically, no. That the men are too fast, too strong, and it's a different kind of game. But as for coaching, she said, yes, of course women should be coaching. Many women should be coaching, and why not now, and why not at the highest level? So good for Becky Hammon, good for the Spurs.